Good morning. It's nearing the end of January and I am practicing my biodynamic gardening this year to see whether it makes a difference. I explained in a video that I'll put up here what biodynamic gardening is, along with some other gardening practices that I follow. But essentially, we're following the phases of the moon to do bits and pieces of gardening. So last week was a root week. So you did anything that was related to below ground. So sowing root vegetables if you're a vegetable grower. For me it was sowing perennials because it's all about the strong root growth of a perennial flower that needs to be worked on. So it was sowing perennials. You would be planting bare root roses or hedging or shrubs, that sort of thing was all last week's work. This week, as of yesterday I think, it's a weeding week. So that means weeding and pruning. So it's January, I don't really want to go on a lot of the beds because they're still so wet. So I will do what weeding I can over the course of the week if the weather lets me. I've got a feeling this could be the only sunny day, and on this day I really want to do whatever pruning I can get done. So I've got some apple trees, I've got my roses, and I've got an unruly elder tree that needs to get cut back. As a minimum, that's what I would like to do. I also have some new beds that I want to create, which are either grass to start with, or I want to tidy up some beds that have got a bit wild. So that one over there. My first year, it was lovely with achillea and feverfew, and then I had raspberries and blackcurrants in there. So I want to clear out that bed. I've moved a lot of the achillea on to my more perennial beds here and throughout the garden, and the feverfew just reseeds elsewhere, so I'll find some seedlings during the course of the year and plant that up again, maybe in a more perennial bed somewhere. So that's my goal. So I'm not going to weed. Now, clearing up that bed and another one like it is about cutting back. From the permaculture standpoint, I'm not going to dig it over, so I'm really just want to get things to ground level. Initially, I'm going to cover it with some weed membrane so that it kills off as much as possible any persistent weeds or the grass. I have a real problem in my garden beds for grass continuing to grow, even though I've followed the no-dig practices. So I really want to give it a good go at killing it before I even plant anything into it this time. So for the grass bed that I'm going to convert, I am going to cover it with weed membrane for as long as possible, probably at least a good month, and then remove that, put cardboard down and put the compost down, but weather dependent. So I feel that this weeding and pruning week is a good week for suppressing that grass growth and covering it, the same with that bed. So I may not be doing any weeding of the beds as such, although they do sorely need it in places. I am going to do some more significant covering of the areas. That's my plan anyway. The weather may prove more of a challenge, and it is only January, so nothing really needs to be done in any great earnest. So yeah, I think I'll just crack on while the weather's good. So this section here is going to be a new bed. It's the entrance to the cotton patch. We've always had it a lawn, but I'm kind of thinking it's a hassle to mow that. So I'll make that another perennial bed in line with the perennial bed that's the other side of the entranceway. Here is some weed membrane that I've used previously on the beds, as you can see. It's got holes in it. So I'm going to have to use multiple sheets and stagger the holes so that there's no holes coming through. I don't know why I'm not just using a fresh piece, but I do. It's plastic and I want to reuse things as much as I can, so we'll see whether that works. But that's the first job for today. It's a pruning week, so I get to use my new left-handed secateurs. First time used. And with a rose, I should have pruned it back a little bit in November to stop any rocking with the winds, but now I didn't. But now, come January, February, you can cut roses really hard back and they will grow to this size again in the summer. So let's take a look at it. This is Queen of Sweden. It has lovely blush pink flowers in the summer. And if you can see, this was last year's cut, so it really is a good cut back, and all of this growth happened from in one season. The one good thing about Queen of Sweden is that it's pretty thornless. Has some, it's a rose, so there will be some, but it's pretty thornless. So I'm just going to cut it back. Oh, that was nice. Probably should be checking to see whether it's near a bud or something like that. They are, for all of the fuss and bother that happens around, or talked about around roses, they really are a quite robust plant that can withstand a lot. There we go. Easy as that. This elder is a self-seeded, and I hacked it back completely last year, hoping I'd kill it actually. And I used the stems for making the hoops in the cutting garden to do supports. Well, it's come back with a vengeance, so I think I need to have another go at it. There we go, a finished job. It's given so much more light to this Pyrrhus, which is really struggling because it's been swamped by that elder. And look at these lovely straight stems of the elder. I'm sure I can use those for stakes somewhere. So, and if I don't use them straight away like I did last year, they may not root in the ground. Good job done. Oh, looks so much better. bit of air in the space and not so straggly. So far with my biodynamic practices, and I have only just started, the first seed sowing phase, which was the above ground, so it should have been annuals, was early January. And at that time, there was snow on the ground, it was really cold, and I just couldn't bring myself to sow tender annuals at this point in time. So I didn't do it then. I might regret that, but the week after this one is, I think, annual sowing again. So it's not too bad and we're not too late, so I think that's fine. I sowed some perennial seeds last Sunday, so it's Saturday now. So that Sunday was a particularly auspicious day for flower gardening. So that I chose that day to sow my perennials rather than any day during that week. And would you believe it? I sowed 20 billy button seeds and I have 20 billy button seedlings within 4 days. That is unheard of for me. I really struggled for the previous 2 seasons getting billy buttons to flower. In fact, I only had 4 plants last year, and that was after several sowing attempts. So I'm really impressed. Now, they've still got to get to growing, flowering stage, so I could yet kill them, but I'm just really pleased. The other seeds that I sowed are still to show. So whilst I have had success in the plant that I really wanted, I'm really pleased with that. And the others still haven't grown anything. So, you know, it may be still yet to be proved that the biodynamics had an effect. And we'll never know, will we? But I'm really pleased with the results so far with the seed sowing. So I am motivated to continue. I'm really liking the biodynamics process. So as I said, this week being the weeding and pruning week, I don't need to think about it again for another 4 weeks, give or take, because it's not the right time. Now, maybe that will become frustrating later in the season, but for now, I'm happy with that. The only problem will be if the weather is atrocious for the whole of that week, things could start getting messy. But it's just a guidance. I'm just going to follow it with the guidance. So far, so good with the biodynamics. I don't feel overwhelmed in the slightest, and I'm finding it quite easy to follow. If you're trying biodynamics for the first time, let me know in the comments what you found useful or challenging, or any other gardening practice that helps you get things done without it being too overwhelming. Until next time, happy gardening.